we're all, whoever makes it here has some kind of incredible good fortune. And we are here at Lalita Kunda in the midst of seva kunj. And we should say something that, again, just keep it on the way. See, it is a discussion about Madhura Rasa, or the highest type of sweet, loving pastimes of Krishna. But it's called seva kunj, because it, as inconceivable as it may sound to us, it is seva, it is service. We are so polluted by the exploiting tendency, so we see everything in that way. There's a very famous verse, what is it? Pasyanti Paramartina Kamini Mayam. Anyway, saying different according to what's in the core of your heart is how you see things. So a businessman sees Narayanam. A businessman sees everything as an opportunity for business. Said someone under the influence of lust sees everything through that lens. And it says, and the devotee sees everything in terms of its seva potential, its service potential. Guru Maharaj tells us when Balaram, when Krishna's away from Vrindavan and the Braja Gopis, Radharani, they're feeling separation, Baladev visits Vrindavan and he has a Rasa Leela for the gopis there. Sanatan Goswami Prabhu says, Baladev is engaged in the Rasa Leela, but he's doing it as an offering to Krishna from within his heart. So that's inconceivable to us from our present position. That's why we're told how so cautiously to view these things, because we have a tendency to impose our worldly experience upon the higher pastimes of the Supreme Lord. But just as in Gaur Leela, Svarup Damodar occupies the Mahaprabhu Ditiya Kalevar, Mahaprabhu the second, Mahaprabhu's double, Mahaprabhu's other self. We're also Swarupanugas. The Rupanuga line is Swarupanugas, followers of Svarup Damodar. Why is Svarup Damodar's position incomparable? The Rupa Goswami said, Swarupam bibrano jagatatulyam adaita daita. Swarupam bibrano atulyam, the incomparable position of Svarup Damodar. Why? Because in Krishna Lila, Svarup Damodar is Lalita Sakhi, the Anuradha, right? Radharani's right arm, her advocate. Right? How can we understand the position of Lalita Sakhi properly? It's beyond our capacity to make an assessment. But we're ever dependent upon, what did Narottam tell us? Sri Rupa Manjri Pada, Seymour Sampada. All of the wealth, and now we'll understand a new meaning coming from there. The Siddhantic wealth, the ontological wealth, how we shall understand everything, that's also coming from Sri Rupa. We quoted earlier at the Imli Tal, the Chaitanyastakam of Rupa Goswami. One wasn't enough. He wrote 3. Just saying, like 8, another 8, another 8. 8 could not contain what is in the heart of Srila Rupa Goswami. He also wrote the Radha-dasyam in praise of the Holy Lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, identifying specific qualities and characteristics that all aspiring servitors should be made aware of and celebrate. So if we want to understand beyond some generic sense of, a divine worshipable personality, which is a wonderful thing, but we don't know, well, what are her specific qualities and characteristics? Who can say that? Who has the audacity to say that? The qualified person to make this assessment is Sri Rupa. Right? And Sri Rupa wrote the Lalita Astakam. And there we will see specific qualities that she has. And we know by the grace of our Guru Varga, when we're studying these things under their guardian's affectionate eye and shelter, that the first verse will be very important. This is a little secret of all these. The first verse has to sort of encapsulate everything, and then you can go on from there and identify more things. And then very often, the first line of the first verse has extra significance. So how does Rupa Goswami, he's wants to praise her, and in that process reveal her to us in a meaningful way. Right? How shall he begin? And what's the first line? This Radha Mukunda Padasambhava Garma Bindu Nirmanchano Pakarani Krita Deho Laksham Utunga Sofrida Vishesham Brashat Pagalbam Devim Gunai Sulalitam Lalitam Namami. Very beautiful how he uses Lalita, Lalitam, Lalita, Lalitam Namami. He's using her name, but also the word Lalita, which means graceful, elegant, beautiful, to describe her. That's genius. She's using her own name to describe how beautiful she is. But the first line, Radha Mukunda Padasambhava Garma Bindu, saying immediately, these divine pastimes that take place here of Radha and Krishna, they're confidential pastimes. Lalita Sakhi always just can maintain her composure and always be an assistant to observe the situation and see what is the desired service. And here, something peculiar is stated, saying, if she observes a drop of sweat, that's intolerable to her. She has to remove that, so there won't be the least disturbance to their divine pastimes in that plane. Then, what does it say? But with what intensity and what magnitude of eagerness for this seva? It says Deho Laksham. That means like a lakh, 100,000, and that's just to give a number, right? So it's saying she will expand into 100,000 forms to do this seva. Now, generally, if you have a soldier in a campaign and they're willing to sacrifice their life, what we call it, the ultimate sacrifice, their praise, their memorials all around the world celebrating soldiers who sacrificed their life for the country. So they had one life and they sacrificed that for the greater good. So we honor them, we remember them, and that's all true and well and good. But here we're being told something different, right? Not just giving everything. We're told Atma Samarpanam, offer yourself, your whole self, don't hold anything back. But Rupa Goswami is saying, but you know what is the case with Lalita Sakhi? She can become more than one. Think of this. If you had a soldier, one soldier who could become 1,000,000 soldiers, you think, well, that's the kind of soldier I'd like to have in my army. So Rupa Goswami is saying, she can expand into 100,000, 1,000,000 bodies to do this seva. That's the kind of magnitude of eagerness and earnestness that she has to see that not the least bit of, inconvenience or distraction or disturbance will enter that plane. And here again is the secret of that how to measure devotion. It's always in the inverse. Those who make an ostentatious display of achievement, we cancel them, we want nothing to do with them. They're otherwise known as sahajya imitationists. They want to give everyone the impression, they want to let you know in some way what the wealth that they possess. Right? An ostentatious display of achievement. The actual devotees, it's the inverse. They're concealing their position. And not only that, what do we see? That rather than presenting themselves as super servitors, qualified for the highest type of service, they show the greatest magnitude of eagerness for the least aspect of seva. The smallest thing. We told earlier that Srila Saraswati Thakur was giving a talk in Jagannath Puri, and Guru Maharaj said it was a very high talk. Guru Maharaj was very excited and thought, oh, Guru Maharaj is in that zone. He said when he would talk about Radharani, he said he was like a fully pumped football. That's his description. Like and fully pumped, we understand. So he's saying that when Saraswati Thakur is in that zone, and the beautiful lotus face, flushing pink, and that intensity, and in the midst of this, he said some devotee comes and says something about, for the mat, we need to do some marketing, buy a kilo of yogurt or whatever. And Guru Maharaj is like, no, why are you saying that now? Prabhupada is delivering this ultimate nectar and you come with that? And he said, but then he came to understand from Srila Saraswati Thakur, he said, Radharani is the major domo of the domestic affairs of Krishna. That means the woman who's in charge of the house and all the necessities and everything. So whatever are the necessities of the mat, in service to Krishna, that is Radha-dasyam. So Saraswati Thakur thought, even if this appears to be something trivial or insignificant, it's Radha-dasyam. What is the purpose of this talk I'm giving but to take us in the direction of that? And you mean that opportunity comes to me and you think I'm going to deny it or pass it? No, I will ever be attentive for that. So he is showing it. Srila Govinda Maharaj, he showed this for Srila Guru Maharaj. The Guru Maharaj, it's like that confidential zone. He's upstairs, Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram, the subjective evolution of consciousness, all of these, this inner dialogue that was incessant in Srila Guru Maharaj. Srila Govinda Maharaj is moving on the surface of the mat downstairs. Whatever the headaches are, and the logistics involved in running a mat, he's happily taking that on his head. As we heard in the song of Narottam, his focus, the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, as the Rupa Nugadara, I give my life to that. That's my mantra, my japa, my tapa, is serving the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj and ensuring that not the least disturbance will go into that plane. And Srila Govinda Maharaj would also say, once I know something is the service of Srila Guru Maharaj, however apparently insignificant, or maybe even some kind of apparently undesirable seva, he said, I'm jumping, I'm running for that, because I know it is service to the lotus feet of Srila Guru Maharaj. And we know, those who had the good fortune to go to Ucha-gaon, the Lalita bar, the house of Lalita Sakhi, that as Srila Guru Maharaj felt some special resonance in Kadam Kandi for Rupa Goswami, in a parallel, Srila Gurudev felt this special resonance for Lalita Sakhi. And so when we were in Govardhan with His Divine Grace some, 15 years ago, some devotees said, we're going to go to Ucha-gaon, we're going to go to Lalita bar. And they were implying, and Srila Gurudev, if you'd like to go, we can go. And he said, no, Prabhu, I don't want to go. And we're like, why? And he said, because when I was there before, I had such a divine experience that I'm afraid that if I visit there again, it won't be like that. So I want to forever preserve that feeling I got in my heart when I went to the house of Lalita Sakhi. Forever I want to keep that. And then I could understand, from when you put all these things together, this special connection. So I like to feel in terms of, and from a higher type of view of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. We see Guru Maharaj as Srimati Radharani and Gurudev as Lalita Sakhi, doing all this confidential service for her, and I'm happy to think like that. Hare Krishna, Shri Lalita Sakhi ki jai, Lalita Kunda ki jai, Shri Seva Kunja ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Nitai Go Premanande.
we are all very fortunate to hear these things from the mouth of our dear Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna, jai.
Haribo.
Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Nirmala Charja Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudhan Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Bimalavadut Maharaj ki jai. And Seva Vrinda ki jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Go Premanande.